Okay, I think we're pretty much ready at this point. Hello, Yuki. It's nice to see you. I'm not playing 8-Rack today. That is this week. I will play 8-Rack this week. But today is not 8-Rack. Today I am playing Affinity, even though I promised not to. I'll get into that in just a second. Okay. This league is sponsored by my wife, Rose. She is away out. Let me restart that. This week's league. Jeez. So I'm streaming and I'm recording at the same time. So I'm gonna do a little bit just to get my nerves settled and everything out of the way. This league is sponsored by my wife, Rose. She is away visiting family and really misses me and wishes that I could have come along. There's a very high chance that she is in the stream lurking as we speak. And she said she wanted me to play something that I have had fun playing that might be kind of interesting to showcase. So I have taken that feedback and feedback from, I believe Yuki actually brought this up. I believe it was you, Yuki, who said that I should be playing Greater Gargadon in Affinity, combined with, where is it? Weapons Manufacturing. And I'm going to do that today. So this list is kinda just stock Affinity, except I replaced a lot of the thought monitors with the Weapons Manufacturing, Greater Gargadon, Arcbound Ravager, you know, Glhaza Gix, that whole package. I have been looking for something that provides me with a little bit more power, a little bit more payoff for playing all of these zeros. And Thought Monitor hasn't really been cutting it, in my opinion. So perhaps what I could do is I could appreciate the power of all of the zeros that a lot of the more tuned Affinity lists have. For example, this list has 4, 8, 9, 11, 15, 19, 21, 22 zero drops in it. And I could combine that with the weapons manufacturing list that I've been seeing and putting in Greater Gargadon into it. So now we have 7 payoffs that will give you additional artifacts if you cast your zeros. And we've got the Kappa Cannoneers, which are really good too. Now, unfortunately, Thoughtcast is still in the deck. Give me a second. But it won't be for long because Krang Mastermind is coming in the turtle set. So this is a I don't know, like a tentacle monster, like that you find in some hentai or something. It's just kind of here. It's got its tentacles, and it's very grumpy. Pleased with itself? I don't know. It has affinity for artifacts, and when Craig enters, it draws you up to 4. So it could draw you up to 4 cards, which is already more than Thoughtcast or Thought Monitor ever did. And it's a powerful threat on its own. So it gets +1/+12 for each other artifact I've got. It already has 1 stat, so you can't just count up all your artifacts, and Craig's power is going to be that. So this is going to be what's replacing Thoughtcast, very obviously, in this deck. But for now, we're going to have to stick with poor old, plain old Thoughtcast that has only a few months left before it gets power crept out of the deck. So I have decided to pair this with just as stable a mana as I can for this style of deck. We've got 4 Urza Sagas, 4 Spire Bluff Canals, 1 Island, 4 Fiery Islet, which I have found have been really, really good for providing velocity in games where you flood out, and 3 Stink into Stupor. So I was playing 4 Stink into Stupor, and 3 Fiery Islet, but with adding in the weapons manufacturing, I decided I wanted the additional red source. Some other lists have been playing Darksteel Citadel, the blue-red Artifact Land. They've been playing Thundering Falls and a fetch mana base. I don't believe any of those options are correct. I do not want tapped lands in this deck, and honestly, I don't want artifact lands. Artifact lands are a liability in a format that has, well, Clarion Conqueror in it. And Stony Silence, which I have seen pop up in a couple of sideboards from Energy and stuff like that. So I'm going to stick with normal lands that allow me to just cast my spells and can be cashed in for additional cards, or just come into play untapped and just save me a bunch of life whenever I need it. The sideboard I have kept from the previous version. I've got the Shattering Sprees, the Blood Moons, the Emeries for additional threats if you need it. I've got 4 Metallic Rebuke, so the Metallic Rebukes that I was playing in the main board, they're now in the sideboard. I guess this isn't exactly the same version as last time, is it? That's the deck. I have been playing this in leagues off stream, off channel, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Go ahead and start up round 1, see how it goes. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Jizzy. No Modern today, or Lantern today. I am going to be playing Legacy Lantern Control tomorrow. I am basically just going to take a black-green traditional Lantern list, update it with a couple of Legacy cards, throw it into a Legacy League, and go 0-5 with it. So this is the hand that I have started round 1 with, against Krollo 28. I can do a weapons manufacturing start or just a Pinnacle Emissary start. It's got a Kappa in it. I think I'm going to keep this. I'd love to draw another 0 here. A Mox Opal would be nice, but a Mox Opal would always be nice. I'll settle for basically any 0 here, though. Arid Mesa pass, huh? Well, I'm definitely going to lead on Fiery Islet. Am I going to play Pinnacle Emissary, or am I going to wait for weapons manufacturing? I can just do both. I think I'm going to Pinnacle Emissary now. And I'm going to just do one Mishra's Bauble here. And next turn, I will drop weapons manufacturing. Honestly, Yuki, I think you're right. I am probably going to put chains in my sideboard. I can't find room for it in the main deck. The main deck's more or less locked up. In fact... go ahead and just flash this on screen real quick. All right, my opponent is responding to my turn ending by fetching an Elegant Parlor. I will pop this Mishra's Bauble on their upkeep. That's a Pyretic Ritual. My opponent's playing Storm. I need to kill them as quickly as possible. They've cast an Artist's Talent, and they're doing nothing else here. That's a Mishra's Bauble into a Kappa. Let's go ahead and drop our Urza Saga. Just do our sequencing correctly. All right, I've got my munitions. I can swing in with this drone. And now I'm not actually convinced that I pop the bauble, right? Because next turn I can just play Fiery Islet into Kappa. And then probably do something nasty after that. But there's a very good chance that they just win on their next turn. Reckless Impulse hit another Impulse and a Ruby Medallion. Okay, that's entirely too many Kappas. That is entirely way too many Kappas. I think that they can go for a win here, though. I don't think that they need to be worried about me goldfishing them next turn. Honestly, I'm not even convinced that I could goldfish them next turn. Yeah, they kept the card on top. I think they just Medallion into Pyretic Ritual into Impulse and to attempt to go off here. They discarded a Wish. Okay, there's the land. And here's the Pyretic Ritual. They're going to try and do something here. They're looting away the Sacred Foundry. And they have a guaranteed Reckless Impulse in exile right now. All right, here they go. And there's the Past in Flames. I think it's safe to concede to this. I'm just going to F6 for right now and see what happens. They have a Rao Monsoon Mage that they cast from hand after casting a bunch of other stuff. And they immediately flipped it, getting a whole bunch of stuff. They used a main board Grape Shot to bring me down to 4. So from here, it's pretty trivial for them to just cast another Past in Flames and flash back that Grape Shot to kill me. All right, and there we go. I just did not goldfish them fast enough. So playing against Ruby Storm, I'm going to want the Grafdigger's Cage. I don't think I want Pithing Needle. In Lantern Control, I would want to bring Pithing Needle against them to stop the Ral, possibly. But that's because I have a ton of cards that I'd be bringing out. I just don't think in this deck it's going to be very useful. What I think will be useful are these Metallic Rebukes. And that's just staying on my screen for some reason. So what do I want to cut? I want to cut some of my slower things. So that means the Thoughtcast can get out. And honestly, I think I can afford to cut like a single engineered explosives. Well, those can be put on 2 to get some morales and stuff like that off the table. So maybe I cut the Shadow Spear. I think I'm going to do that. All right, we're on the play here. And this is a pretty good hand. I'm going to keep this. Spits out a lot of little dudes very quickly. I've got 2 Metallic Rebukes to back it up that are alive as early as turn 1. All right, and I did the Affinity thing where you just dump your hand, your go, opponent. I'm going to bobble them on their upkeep to see what they're going to be doing, and give myself just a little bit more velocity here. So I drew a land and a Springleaf Drum. The Springleaf Drum playing that is pretty much free. Although I do have this Pinnacle Emissary in exile that I would like to warp in at some point. Although playing the Springleaf Drum now allows me to hold open Metallic Rebuke and create a construct next turn. So I think I will just do that. I did neglect to put that Ral Monsoon Mage in their hand. I expect that's what they're going to be casting here. And yeah, you can't have that. Okay, so now, instead of creating a construct, I could drop Pinnacle Emissary, play Ornithopter, hold open Metallic Rebuke. Is that better than just making a 7/7 creature? An 8/8 creature, maybe, even if I play this Ornithopter? I don't think it is better than that. I think I'm just going to leave that Pinnacle Emissary in exile. That Ornithopter was a really good draw. This gives me just enough material to Metallic Rebuke while attacking in with all of my drones. And I actually believe I have a lethal attack next turn. They're cycling Monomorphos here. I'm going to let that go. That is Ren's Resolve. I'm going to let that go too, because I think that they're dead here. They hit 2 lands, they played one of them. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make the construct. If they have an instant speed, like, removal effect, that was the time to use it. All right. Going to create another construct here. And I think I will not reveal the Tormod's Crypt or anything like that. I think I'm just going to grab another Springleaf Drum. And that is lethal with Metallic Rebuke backup. Okay, I had a really good hand, and through no action of my own, I was able to win that game on turn 4. Oh, geez. So, do we need to do anything else? I think I kind of like the configuration of the deck as is. I think I'm just going to run it back. Except this time things get harder because I'm not on the play. All right, this is a pretty good hand. I'll keep it. Thundering Falls tapped from the opponent. Surveilling away a Wish. That is second Pinnacle Emissary. So I could do something really, really, really gross. I could, this turn, just play Springleaf Drum. And then next turn, just vomit a whole bunch of stuff into play. I think I'm going to do that. Invest in the future. There's probably not much future in this game. My opponent kept 7. I have to imagine that they have some sort of play on 2 here. They're likely to try to attempt to win on turn 3. Yep, there's their Realm Monsoon Mage. That's down. And that's yet another Pinnacle Emissary. This can get very disgusting very quickly. I'm going to pay the 3 life here. I'm going to warp in Pinnacle Emissary number 1. And now I'm going to warp in Pinnacle Emissary number 2. And now I'm going to warp in Pinnacle Emissary number 3. And then I'm going to cast a decent chunk of my hand. All right, that created 9 power in the air on turn 2. I do not think that's going to be good enough. It's possible that it was correct to play weapons manufacturing instead, because Claws of Gix would allow me to kill the Realm Monsoon Mage on my next turn. I just think I need to be clocking them, though. And my opponent's going to try and figure out how to win right now, I think. I think they've got it. Yeah, they got it. They know what they're doing. Let's go ahead and F6 here. And that is a low resource Past in Flames. Are they just going to fire off a Brotherhood's End or something like that? They did fire off Wish. This could just be a Brotherhood's End. And there it is. So my entire board is gone. This would have actually been better if I had played out weapons manufacturing. So point for weapons manufacturing there. And now next turn they have 𝗟𝗓, and I've got Stone Cold nothing. Oh, I should have played weapons manufacturing there. Come on, man. Just kind of dropping my artifacts with no plan for that. Because I would have made like a handful of munitions and I could have pointed them at the 𝗟𝗓. But now they can just fire off 𝗟𝗓 and probably win right now. Oh, they're choosing not to do that. They're choosing to be patient instead. They hit Ruby Medallion and Sunbanked Canyon. Yeah, they're playing very well here. They're just going to build up to a huge turn next turn. Certified fair magic indeed. Okay, let's see what we draw. And it's Stone Cold nothing. I will just go ahead and concede this one. I did not concede the first game because I was interested in running out my opponent's clock. I have no doubt that they will find a way to win with this amount of resources in 13 minutes. Well, that's Affinity for you. On to round 2. I'm on the draw in round 2 versus Noob. Look out. I don't think I can responsibly keep this hand. There's no blue source in it. If there was a blue source, I could probably justify it off the strength of Thoughtcast. I'm not going to. I'm just going to mulligan. I'm going to fish for something better. Sorry, the opponent's just taking their time figuring out what they want to do with their life. And yeah, Yuki, I'm excited for that 8-rack stream too. I'm looking forward to going 1 and 4. I'm sorry, I just don't think that I'm going to be doing that well with 8-rack. I think if 8-rack is going to be any good, then it needs to be more of a black mid-range list, which is kind of what I've got. But at that point, you're more of playing rock than rack. It's just kind of rock that has some rack elements to it. And Blood Chief's Ascension, I'm not convinced is all that good. Let me go ahead and pull that up first. So at the beginning of each end step, and if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you can put a quest counter on it. It needs 3 quest counters. I guess if you're making them lose life, then it can just be a win condition for 1 mana. Rack doesn't have any way to make its opponent mill. They have to discard. Although it's graveyard from anywhere, so that includes things like fetch lands, discards. I'm not convinced it's good, but I'm not convinced it is as bad as it would be in Lantern. If I have room for it, then I'm going to try it, but no guarantees on that. Work with me on a list. We'll see if we can get that sorted. Okay, so they figured out that they are wanting to be on the play. I'm going to mulligan this hand, and I'm going to get rewarded with what could have been a turn 1 Kappa if I had not mulliganed. But any piece of material off the top is going to be a turn 2 Kappa, so it's probably fine. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to bottom the Memnite. I'm going to bottom the Ornithopter. No, I think I'm going to bottom the Memnite. Windswept Heath Pass. And that is a Fiery Islet, so that does allow me to have a turn 2 Kappa. I have a bad feeling that my opponent is playing the Simic Birthing Ritual deck. Yep, there it is. That's the Hedge Maze. There's the Birthing Ritual. Okay, well, just off of the Windswept Heath Pass. And there's the Birthing Ritual there. They found a second one. No, I don't have a Spell Pierce or anything like that. Let's go ahead and just cast our spells. Hope they resolve. Okay, and they are F6'd. Let's get this Kappa down before they can do anything else. Nice. I will hold the Ornithopter in hand. They're playing a Windswept Heath here. They're going to grab a basic forest. So that's 2 snow-covered basics. And they're just going to Shardless Agent into another another thing. That's an Ice Fang Quaddle. Gotta love that fair Shardless Agent. Fair, but you know. And it's entirely possible that we're just racing here. Yeah, we're definitely just racing. All right, let's go ahead and sacrifice Fiery Islet to draw a card. That is a Springleaf Drum. So I can drop Springleaf Drum. See if they try to counter this at all. The thing that they needed to counter is already in play. Like, this Kappa just needed to be countered. They just didn't have the ability to do it. Yeah, Springleaf Drum is down. Claws of Gix is down. And this is a 6/6 Kappa. I'm just going to dump my hand here. And I'm going to rely on the top of my deck to deliver me something good. Oh, perhaps I should have exiled their Yard with this Tormod's Crypt, huh? I didn't realize that they had 7 cards in Yard. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have done that. Well, that's gonna suck for me. I think there's still a decent chance that I win this. But it's not looking particularly good. They chose to keep all of their stuff. That's fair. And now I do kind of need a series of good hits from the top of my deck, right? I need a... not that. Let's go ahead and sacrifice this Fiery Islet, draw another card here. And that is a Springleaf Drum. That's a good hit. That makes Kappa unblockable one more time. All right, we're going to take a big fat chunk of damage here. That decision to put the Ornithopter in my hand as opposed to the Memnite at Mulligan's is paying off right now. Oh, they're not holding back at all. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to block. I'm going to be taking 6. This only gains me 1 life, so that's not even that big of a deal. I'd fall to 5. Okay, well, I can still activate Claws of Gix here. Gain a life. I fall to 5. And let's just see what my opponent has. I'm pretty sure I'm dead if they have any sort of counterspell. Yeah, not taking their graveyard with this Tormod's Crypt is just not... That was just bad play, I think. Oh, they have triple Birthing Ritual, huh? So they're just gonna flip their board into a ton of blockers? Oculus finds Fibblethip, which draws 2 cards. Fibblethip comes out of play and finds... Boiling Oracle. And then they sat Coiling Oracle to find yet another Coiling Oracle. They're really digging for that counter magic. Okay, well, there's not really much I can do here. I need to draw an artifact to even have a shot of doing anything. That's a Kappa. If I can resolve this, this actually wins the game. And they didn't have the counterspell. They just conceded before I even revealed the Kappa. Okay, we take those. So I made a mistake with the Tormod's Crypt that almost cost me the game, but I got bailed out by the deck anyway. Thanks, Affinity. You don't have to be good if you just play good cards, right? So what do I want to be bringing out against them? I think Gargadon might be decent. They're going to have Harbinger of the Seas. They're probably going to have Collector Oof. If they do, then Greater Gargadon is actually really good with weapons manufacturing and other stuff. I'm not convinced that I need to be doing... Oh, Grafdigger's Cage. Obviously. Duh. That needs to come in. And I can take out a Thoughtcast for that. I don't think I want to be bringing in my Metallic Rebukes. I could bring in Emrys, but I think that's just kind of bad to be doing when you bring in Grafdigger's Cage. Shattering Spree's not good. Pithing Needle's not good. I don't think I need to be bringing in Rebukes. Blood Moon's not good. Let's just run it like this. And just accept that the next two games are going to be significantly harder due to Force of Vigor and Collector Oof. All right, this hand fires off a turn 1 Thoughtcast. I guess we keep those. Player of Denial cannot tag this Thoughtcast unless they somehow miraculously have a turn 1 play now. Nope, that Sophoric Sping is tapped. Yeah, that one. Y'all know what that one is, right? Can I turn 1 Kappa? No. I can turn 1 Thoughtcast. I guess if I hit Perfects, I could turn 1 Kappa, but I would have to hit Perfects. And that would mean 2 zeros. That's not particularly likely to happen, and it didn't. But I did Thoughtcast Chain. That was pretty cool. I don't want to hold those Mishra's Baubles. I don't need to use them right now. Misty Rainforest is coming down. I imagine they have some sort of play, an Icefang Quaddle, a Coiling Oracle, a Collector Oof. That's fine. Just go ahead and play out Urza's Saga. And I'm just going to drop Kappa. I don't need to activate artifact abilities in order to play this. Oh, that's really good. Yep, love to see that. And beating them to death with Kappa Cannoneer worked in game 1. Let's see if it works in game 2. Listen, if you built an entire deck and I spam literally just one trick and your opponent and your deck cannot beat it, then you need to retool your deck. This is just the only trick that I have, and I'm just going to continue to spam it until it doesn't work. Okay, well, that is an 8-8 coming your way. Coming straight from your house. Only the cool kids know where that reference is from. Yeah. Bubble Thoink is not going to do much here. And I win the match. Wow, that was easy. Yeah, that's a nice collector oof. Does it come in actually, you know, interacting with my board? On to round 3. I'm on the play in round 3 versus 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘. Let's see if they're gonna 𝗟𝗓𝗩 me out. Am I right, fellas? Am I right? Am I? This hand does nothing. It does Urza Saga for days. I guess I could keep it off of that. I don't know. I like the card Urza Saga. I own 4 of them. It is currently the most expensive card in my collection. A little bit of lore dumping for y'all. So I have actually been homeless several times in the past. And every single, like, I've been in and out of homelessness from like when I was like 18 all the way up to like 21, 22, something like that. And when I was homeless, I would play Magic as a escape from everything. It was a very nice time for me. It was when I got a lot of my tournament wins, actually. And I had to... Oh, they're dumping Counterspell off this meticulous archive. And I had to sell my collection and rebuy it a number of times in order to cover various costs that came up. And that is actually one of the reasons why I alter and white border my cards, because I know that people do not play cards that are white bordered or altered or scuffed, which means that if people don't play them and people don't want to buy them, then I can't sell them. So the white bordered Lantern of Insights that I have had for 10 years because I've sold literally every other card in my collection except the white bordered stuff. Which is why I love white bordered cards. Anyway, lore dump over. Opponent is playing cringe blue-based control with cringe counterspells that do not interact with cringe Urza Saga. Or is Urza Saga based? I don't know. Maybe I'll just call all of the hero stuff based, and since I'm the villain, I'm just going to call all my stuff cringe. So, based counterspell does not interact with cringe Urza Saga. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? Oh, and they're on 1 land. Yeah, get Rollful Stomp, nerd. Get Rollful Stomped. Let's go ahead and create another construct. Now, I did actually cut the Lava Spur Boots from this list. Don't know if that was correct or not, but it is what it is. I did what I did. And yeah, Rachel, it sucked for me. I'm sure it sucked for you. Just coming out of it and getting some sort of stability out of everything is kind of nice, honestly. I think I'm going to grab Welding Jar here to insulate against Wrath of the Skies, which is what I'm currently afraid of. I'm just going to play another Urza Saga, and I'm going to put them on a clock. Figure this out now, or you die. Pass turn. Well, that's an island. Notably, island does not cast Wrath of the Skies. Do they have Solitude Ephemerate? No, they're just Prismatic Ending on a Construct token? Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that all day. You got it, friend. Based Prismatic Ending, exiling Cringe Construct token. That's an Arcbound Ravager. That is an Arcbound Ravager. Is there anything that I can do with Arcbound Ravager? Not really. Arcbound Ravager and Constructs are kind of a Nombo Wanbo. I can play Fiery Islet, and I can cycle it. I don't know how good that is. I think I'm going to cycle it, because if I draw a 0 off of it, then that lets me grow the construct immediately. I didn't draw a 0. I'm just going to create the construct now, and I'm going to swing in. And now my opponent is in the exact same position they were last time, except now they have a basic island, and they have another land drop. And they're minus a Prismatic Ending, I guess. So it's still Wrath of the Skies or bust for them, very much so. Maybe they could ephemerate a Solitude. That might work. And they just don't have it. So I win. Sorry. I guess losing is based? I don't know. I'm taking this analogy way too far. Blood Moon, get in the deck. Yeah, we love Blood Moon. Shadow Spear against Blue-White Control. I don't think it's particularly necessary. I'm going to cut it. Engineered Explosives is not looking particularly nice either. Like, I could put it on 3 and kill like a Teferi or something. I just don't know how good that is. I could see myself cutting those. Everything else looks pretty good, I think. I want the card advantage from Thoughtcast. Weapons Manufacturing is still good insulation against Wrath of the Skies. And I need all my enablers. I could see myself cutting Tormod's Crypt instead of cutting Engineered Explosives. What do I think about that? Tormod's Crypt can come up if they have like Snapcaster Mage or something. I think I'm just going to run it like this. And if I regret siding out those EEs, then I can bring them in on the 3rd game, which will happen if I lose game 2 because I didn't lose game 1. I'll take a risk with this hand. Oh yeah, they got Kahira. They're definitely some sort of big blue nonsense. They're mulliganing. I'm going to take a bit of a risk and keep. They mulled the 6. They liked what they saw. That is Polluted Delta Go. Huh. Do I want to expose myself to Wrath of the Skies? I think I want to expose myself to Wrath of the Skies just a little bit by dropping this Urza Saga right now. That's a Meticulous Archive. They kept it on top. They liked what they saw. Okay. So cards that I need to play around here are March of Otherworldly Light, Solitude. Really just March of Otherworldly Light is what I'm afraid of. And Solitude, I guess I'm also afraid of. I just said both of those things again, whatever. So the way I play around those is I play Tormod's Crypt first. Oh, they're just F6'd. And then I play Mox Opal. And then I play Ornithopter. So even if I had done it the other way around and played Mox Opal last, which is what some people might have done there, that would have played around March of Otherworldly Light, sure. But it wouldn't have played around Solitude. And my opponent can still march my Ornithopter in order to take me off of Metalcraft for Mox Opal. I don't know if that's correct or not. It's what I did. Let's see if it's good or not. Oh, it's a Hedge Maze. So that means that that's just to support Prismatic Endings, right? I played this deck on the channel a little bit ago. I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't really like the hedge mazes. I think that marches are just more my speed. Brought on the sideboard blood moons, right? Yeah, they're in the deck somewhere. Okay, so that is a flooded strand for a white source. They could Wrath of the Skies now if they wanted to. They grab basic planes. Not really sure what they're playing towards. Is this an Orm's chant? You got it. You got it. I will take that Orm's chant. And I think I want a 1-drop here. Just to make Wrath of the Skies a little bit more painful. Or I could grab Welding Jar and save something from Wrath of the Skies. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, well, I got chanted, so I can't do anything. Don't wrath me, bro. This is a Teferi. They're gonna bounce a construct. Yeah, that's fine. And they're gonna pending another construct. So they just used 1 card to answer 1 card. The Teferi, they had to spend mana on and a little bit of tempo, but, you know, it's fine. You know what I got, though? I got a nice, fat, succulent, juicy, tender, delicious Kappa Cannoneer. That is a big heckin' chungus of a girl, and she will sit on your face, and she will suffocate the life out of you, and you will love it. Right up until your health points reach 0, that is. In that case, you won't be loving anything anymore, will you? Okay, well, they've got the 4 mana up. That's just Kappa Cannoneer number 2. That is just Kappa Cannoneer number 2, huh? So what am I trying to play around? They could try and counterspell me. If that's the case, I guess that means that this Kappa Cannoneer is living this turn. I just dropped Tormod's. I don't even have to drop Tormod's Script. I can just crunch in. I think I'm just going to dupe, 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 and dupe, like that. Wow, that just happened. Okay, yeah, we take those. I don't think I'm going to bother with trying to kill the Teferi. I think I'm just going to try and kill them. Looks like they've got... Oh, an instant speed Supreme Verdict, huh? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, I could have regened. Oh, I could have regened. Dang it. I could have regened, and I chose not to because I was silly. This doesn't have they can't be regenerated on it. Oh, that feels really bad. I should have regened. Now they've got a Narset down, so I can't use my Fiery Islets anymore. That is a Strix Serenade, huh? Let's go ahead and pull that up on the big screen. After target artifact, creature, or planeswalker spell, its controller creates a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying. Love to see that. I'm feeling really silly, though, because I didn't regen with that Welding Jar. I think that might actually be game. I can't use Sink into Stupor at instant speed. I think I'm just going to pass. I think my opponent's got it here. I think the hero has saved the day. If I had welding jarred properly, then maybe that wouldn't be true. And hello, Fatal. It's nice to see you in chat. I was just looking up my own Twitch chat, actually, to see what your name is, because it comes across as too small on my screen. The hero's really thinking about what to do here. I'm not saying I can't win this, but it will take a small miracle here. That's a Wrath of the Skies. Okay, you know what? That's probably good enough. I think I could play this out till the bitter end. I don't think I'm going to. Okay, let's be smarter and better in game 3. And by smarter and better, I mean slam a turn 2 Blood Moon and make this entire game moot. And also regen the dang Kappa Cannoneer if that comes up again. Ugh, jeez. I would like to be on the play. I'd love to see a Blood Moon. I like Blood Moon. This is not a Blood Moon hand, this is a mulligan. I mean, it was a mulligan for other reasons, but also a mulligan because it wasn't a Blood Moon hand. I think I will bottom the Ornithopter because I want the attack power of the Memnite here. The hero mulliganing to 5 cards. That is a lot of cards to be putting back in your deck, I mean. And they're on the draw. And it seems like they're waffling about a little bit over what they want to keep out of their 5-card hand. Or maybe they're deciding if they want to mold a 4. They kept 5. I am going to lead on Urza Saga here. And I'm going to drop Springleaf Drum. They could have another Strix Serenade, but they would have to choose between countering my Mox Opal and countering my Memnite. Or they can just play Meticulous Archive, and that's fine too. And now I just get everything. Go ahead and play another Urza Saga. And I am actually not going to play Thoughtcast right now. I will hold up Sink into Stupor. And optionally create a token here if they don't Wrath me for 0 here. That's a Shockton Hollow Fountain. Wonder what that could be. Okay, so is there a way for me to get up to a bunch of mana here where I can hold open, Sink into Stupor, and still attack? I don't think so. So I'm just going to maximize what I can while I can. I have a bunch of stuff. Oh, I could Thoughtcast into... No, that's not going to work because I need the Springleaf Drum mana. I think I'm just going to grab Welding Jar again. Yeah, I'm going to grab Welding Jar again. Let's play out this Thoughtcast. And that's Urza's Saga number 3. Oh, Lord, that's Urza's Saga number 3. I don't believe I do Urza's Saga number 3 right now. I think at this point, I am just going to play the Sink into Stupor, and I'm going to attempt to rebuild from a Wrath of the Skies as opposed to putting it back into their hand. Let's consult the star charts for 2. That is tiny. Wow. Okay. That's a Solitude. That tells me that they do not have what they need in order to beat my board. They're going to take out my Construct. I'm going to swing in with my Memnite. Deal them a little love tap, a little smooch. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. Really trying to keep some stuff in hand in case they do have Wrath of the Skies here. I feel like if they had Wrath of the Skies, then they would have not done the Solitude BS last turn. But I don't really know much about what their deck is or what their hand is. Just know that they're going to Prismatic Ending a Construct token now, which I'm pretty happy with. And I am going to create another Construct. I think here I will grab Mishra's Bauble just as further insurance against Wrath of the Skies. And I still don't think I play out that Urza Saga. I think I'm going to just try and kill them with what I have. They've only got 2 cards in hand. I could Mishra's Bauble them right now. I just don't think I need to. I'm going to try and keep that in play to make my Construct bigger for right now. And then if I get blown out here. That's a Narset Parter of Veils. That would be a good way to dig for an answer to all of this. And they found the Wrath of the Skies. Okay. I'm going to keep that Mishra's Bauble in play right now. That is another Memnite. I think I'm just going to put them in the squeeze. I'm going to force them to use Wrath on their next turn. That puts them to 8. And at this point, that Soporific Springs is looking pretty silly on the battlefield as opposed to being in my hand. But I think I kind of needed it earlier. They're digging with Narset again. Really taking their time as to what they want to pick up. And they picked up an Orum's chant. And it looks like they're just going to chant me. I think I'm fine with that. Oh, that's a Raider Gargadon. Oh, wow. So this can get very interesting very quickly. I can't suspend it though, because I don't have the ability to cast spells this turn. Oh, that hurts. Okay, well, I'm gonna just have to do it next turn then. That Greater Gargadon can come out of nowhere. I'm still being really patient with this Urza Saga. And here comes the Wrath of the Skies. So this is where I Mishra's Bauble them. That's a Meticulous Archive on top of their deck. And I'm going to Welding Jar something. I think I need to Welding Jar, honestly, my Springleaf Drum, so that I can suspend this Greater Gargadon. All right. They still paid 1 energy for that, though. They shouldn't have paid 1 energy. Because the Springleaf Drum had a regeneration shield on it anyway. Oh, yeah. Narset prevented me from drawing an additional card. That's fair. Can I kill them right now? It's suspend 10. That is a huge amount of suspend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I can't kill them right now. I'm just going to suspend this. And I'm going to cast my Mishra's Bauble. And this time I'm actually going to cycle it now so that I actually get the draw from it, right? Yeah, Yuki, I did see that. I did see that incident. I don't know if it was a cheat by the technical definition of the word, but they definitely did gain a small amount of irrelevant advantage in that game. They kept the card on top. They're casting something else here that terrifies me. Is this another Wrath of the Skies? Yeah, let me just go ahead and sack my stuff, I guess. Wrath of the Skies number 2 is down. That Greater Gargadon goes to 6. And that's a weapons manufacturing that I cannot cast. I think I just need to get any sort of clock into play at this point. So I am going to drop these things. Next turn, I could sacrifice my entire board plus this Tormod script to cast this Greater Gargadon. And if my opponent continues just tapping out for all of these big spells, then I might actually be able to make something out of this. Although, holding this white mana open worries me that they have an Orim's Chant, which could really blow me out here. I think I'm just going to kind of let this Gargadon tick down naturally for a little bit. I could warp in this Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, let's try that. See if that even does anything. Yeah, that did something. They're continuing to allow me to cast things. And do I want to put a counter on the Arcbound Ravager here? Or do I want to hold for Greater Gargadon? I don't want to be blown out by an Orim's Chant, because that would stop me from casting the Gargadon. Yeah, I'm not going to cast Gargadon right now, Yuki. I'm just going to hold it, because if I remove the last time counter and then the suspend trigger to cast the spell goes onto the stack, and then they respond to that with an Orim's Chant, then I'm just cooked. I just can't cast it. So I think I will attack in. I don't have a lethal line this turn, but I can attack them with everything. And they're just taking it. So they didn't have the Orim's Chant. Well, this Pinnacle Emissary is not coming out of Warp, so I think I'm going to actually make the Arcbound Ravager a little bit bigger. I have plenty of material necessary to cast the Greater Gargadon whenever I need to. And now Lethal is actually on the board for them. They have to answer my Arcbound Ravager. They have to do it fairly quickly. I can also use the Greater Gargadon in exile to sack Arcbound Ravager to trigger Modular to put its counters on another creature. So a Solitude is not going to work here. Okay, they're just upticking to Fairy. Holding everything open, huh? I'm just gonna let Gargadon sit there. I don't need to be doing anything else. I could Opal into weapons manufacturing. I don't think that's very good. Like, they could have like an instant speed Wrath of the Skies or something like that. I think I just attack and I see what happens. I will attempt to make this a lethal attack. I'm gonna sacrifice the Tormod script to do it. They're doing something here. That is a supreme verdict to destroy all creatures, huh? I mean, this was kind of expected. I think I'm gonna sacrifice 2 things. But I'm not gonna sacrifice 3 things. Give myself a little bit of flexibility on when I want to cast this Greater Gargadon. Yeah. All right. That happens. I'm going to hold the Mox Opal. I'm just waiting for them to run out of stuff to do. They've had a ton of stuff. They've hit me with a Solitude, a Prismatic Ending. They've hit me with double Wrath of the Skies and Supreme Verdict. And I think they're just going to untap here. Oh, this Teferi stops Greater Gargadon, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that Teferi stops Greater Gargadon. Because it's cast as part of the resolution of the ability. Dang, that sucks. I guess I kind of forgot about that. So that's just going to be hanging out there in exile now. And this Narset prevents me from doing things. Like drawing off this Fiery Islet. Wow. Yeah. That does it. I'll concede to that. Okay. Well played, opponent. Well played. I feel like I survived a lot of hate, though. But it was just one thing too many, I think. Okay. Well done. Let's move on to round 4. I am on the draw in match 4 versus Marco Shadow. I've got a pretty good Urza Saga hand. I think I'm going to keep this. I don't really even have to commit anything on turn 1 if I don't want to. In fact, I probably shouldn't. I should probably just commit the Urza Saga and that's it. The hero's mulliganing to 6 here. I'm not mulliganing. Oh, I have hate comments on my BRB screen because each one of those comments is something that somebody has typed into chat or said or something about a Lantern Control player. And as the villain of the Magic the Gathering universe, I thrive on hatred. So I put that there as a little reminder of who I am, who I once was, and the goals that I have for my tenure as a Magic player. Looks like the hero's dropping Misty Rainforest and passing. They did keep 6. I could drop a turn 1 Arcbound Ravager. I think I'm going to drop a turn 1 Arcbound Ravager. Let's do it. That looks fun. That looks like an enjoyable thing, a thing that will definitely not waste a bunch of my time. A thing that won't be unfun. Arcbound Ravager. Just like it is 2017 again. Your go. Oh, they're responding. Ooh. With a Hedge Maze. So we're playing against the Birthing Ritual deck again. Yep, there it is. Coiling Oracle. And they subtletied my Arcbound Ravager, huh? Hitching a Harbinger of the Seas. Do I want to put this on the top or bottom of my deck? If I put it on top, there's not really a good place for me to cast it. I think I might just let it go. And you can actually check my backlog of YouTube videos. I got the same username on YouTube. I have, I think, 44 Lantern Control Leagues on there. So just go ahead and like pull up the latest one if you want to see how the deck operates. It's not Commander, it's in Modern, like a lot of all my content is right now. Yeah, I'm gonna put this, I think I'm gonna put this on the bottom. I think I kind of want to just draw something else right now. I'm gonna just leave everything as is, just let it go. Opponent is down a ton of cards. Okay, there are down to 2 cards now. Coiling Oracle is going to do something nice, though. They flipped a Flare of Denial. Yeah, I'm glad I put that on the bottom instead of trying to shove it through stuff. Now I can just Urza Saga game them. Play the Fiery Islet. I have the Sink into Stupor if I really need it, but with the Flare of Denial in hand, it's not looking particularly good. I think I'm just gonna Urza Saga them. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Urza Saga them. I hate to say it, but I think that's just what needs to happen. Oh, you know what I could do? I could bounce the Coiling Oracle right now. Stop them from getting any sort of value off the Birthing Ritual. That's funny, but I don't think it's good. Rachel, they're chatting from Twitch. So I am multi-streaming this on YouTube and on Twitch, and I custom coded a overlay for OBS that combines the 2 chats into one. So you can type stuff onto your YouTube chat, and they'll see it on their side on Twitch. They'll have to like look into the window on the screen, like it won't pop up in Twitch chat. I don't have a bot that connects the two quite yet, like that, but it'll pop up in the actual the stream part. Words are hard. I'm just gonna let them do this birthing ritual now. Probably shouldn't have made the construct until afterward. And they found a fugga-digga-digga-bug. They drew 2 cards. So now they have a ton of cards. All right, I drew a Thoughtcast, which is not bad. I'm gonna search my deck for probably Shadow Spear. Yeah, I'm gonna just grab Shadow Spear. Let's play out this Sink into Stupor as a land and Thoughtcast. Yeah, I don't really advertise my Twitch very much. I'm still very new to the platform. I haven't figured out how to use it very much. What do I want to do? I have a feeling that they are just going to be chumping with this Fiddlesticks. So I think I will play that. I'm not sure I want to be playing anything else. Now, I'm going to play at the Ornithopter. Make it so that they really, really need to blop with their fiddly-doo. Are they going to block with it? They're going to block with it, right? No, they're not going to block with it. I'm glad that I dropped the Ornithopter. I need to remember to bomb them with the Tormod script before they hit 6 cards in their graveyard. And yeah, Rachel, just go ahead, look up my username on Twitch. It's literally the exact same username. It's streaming the exact same stuff. So if you want to switch over to Twitch at your leisure, feel free to go do that. Okay. Humdrum is going down, and they just got Big Boy Oculus now. I think I will let that go. It's a weapons manufacturing. Here's what I could do. I could weapons manufacturing and then EE and then have mana to sacrifice one of the munitions to Claws of Gix. I could weapons manufacturing EE Thoughtcast. Just make my constructs bigger. I don't know. I think I'm going to lead on the weapons manufacturing for sure, though. I think I just need to be taking initiative here. They didn't counter that. And yeah, EE is just going to be at 0. Just going to drop it on 0 right now. Giving up on equipping the Shadow Spear, at least for the time being. And they let that go. Don't think I want to do anything besides hold open munitions. Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want to do anything besides hold open munitions because now they need to chump in order to not die to the munitions token. Wow, I'm really smart. I definitely thought of that before I did any of my lines. Swing for 20. And they are chumping both. Why are they fetching right now? They might be fetching to try and flip one of the manifested creature. I think I will respond by activating the Claws of Gix. And trying to kill their manifested creature. Okay, they just let that go. I didn't know what 3-mana thing they could have had. They shocked that in. That is a Stink into Stupor. On my construct. Okay, that'll do it. So the way that they recover from this game is by dropping another Oculus. I am not going to make the same mistake that I made earlier. I'm just going to bomb their graveyard right now. They're going to put a bunch of doofuses into play. I'm going to attempt to trample over them with Shadow Spear next turn. Okay, so they still have a Abhorrent Oculus in hand. And that is stranded in hand now. That's fantastic. Oh, they're getting rowdy. They're swinging in. You didn't forget about the Shadow Spear, did you? Because I sure didn't. I just chose not to use it last turn. Wow, Endurance. That's got a nice big fat butt. Not as fat as it should be. But, you know, it's fine. It's a perfectly reasonable Magic the Gathering card to have. I think I'm going to lead on Thoughtcast here. They let that go. And I am just going to dump my hand, and then I'm going to swing in with Shadow Spear attached to this construct. I don't think they have much of an ability to do anything right now. Flare of Denial on a Memnite, huh? Ah, that's juicy. You love to see that. Flare of Denial on a Memnite, everybody. Okay, Shadow Spear time. And they give it up. That was fun. Love crunching through fair decks with all of this BS. Shadow Spear just so good. How did I sideboard against them last time? I took out... I don't know, some random BS, I guess. And I brought in... Dude, I don't know. I don't remember how I sideboarded. Oh, I brought in Grafdigger's Cage, and that was all I brought in. And I took out... What? I guess this time I'll take out an Arcbound Ravager. She stink on my stupor till I soporific spring. And yeah, Yuki, I kind of like Card Trader. I have an order that's coming in through them in, I don't know, a month, I guess. I'm going to see how it goes, but it's entirely possible that I just switch from TCG Player to Card Trader. Hopefully they have better policies than TCG Player does too. I've kind of been looking for a good alternative for a while. I just didn't know that one existed. Okay, so this hand does Pinnacle Emissary things, but it doesn't do them particularly well. I really want to draw another enabler, I think. That's Hedge Maze. Kept on top. Well, that's a Tormod script. So, what I can do is I can sink into Stupor, Pinnacle Emissary, Crypt, get some doofuses, possibly. Or I can slow my roll a little bit, get Springleaf Drum down now, and then next turn, Emissary, Crypt, Thoughtcast, I guess. That doesn't seem particularly good. I think I'm just going to play my stuff now. And if they have Subtlety, then I'm going to worry about it then. They have Subtlety. I think I'm going to keep it on top. I just want to try this turn again next turn. It's a really good Subtlety. They pitched an Ice Fang Quaddle to do that. And they have Birthing Ritual, which means that they cannot have a Flare of Denial in order to protect against this turn now. I think I'm just going to do the same thing. There we go. Okay, hand is dumped. There's not really much I can do right now besides that. Shardless Agent is going to cascade into something good. It cascaded into a Coiling Oracle. They passed an Abhorrent Oculus, a Stink into Stupor, a Force of Vigor, and a Dismember. Yeah, that's fine, I suppose. I don't think that this game is going as well as the previous one was. I would love to draw off the top a land, or pretty much a land, actually, so that I can cast this Kappa Cannon here. Just kind of want to get Kappa down. Okay, they did not flip an Oracle into a Abhorrent Oculus. That would have sucked. Or I can draw Weapons Manufacturing number 2 into a bunch of random stuff. Okay, maybe I should have just played the Springleaf Drum. Yeah, I should have played Springleaf. I should have sequenced that better. That should have been Springleaf Drum into Thoughtcast. Well, I'm not blocking, so I'm attacking. Yeah, I feel pretty silly for not sequencing that like that. Now I'm not going to have 2 mana for next turn. They're not blocking, so they're attacking. And you know, I think the hero has dug themselves out of the hole that they had at the beginning of the game. These Birthing Rituals really putting in the work. The Ice Fangs even have Death Touch now. Okay, they flipped an Oculus. I am very much in trouble now. I don't even think I have good outs. Yeah, Mistress Bauble is not it. I can drop Mishra's Bauble, attempt a Kappa. That just happened. That's great. Oh, I should have still played the Springleaf Drum. Ah, dang it. Oh man, I should have played Springleaf Drum. I have been doing terrible at my sequencing. Maybe I should have even dropped another Mishra's Bauble or something in case this manifested creature is a... Oh, yeah. That'll do it. That is the big nasty there. It wasn't that much of a big deal last match that I played against this deck, but right now it's pretty dang good. Just gonna F6. I'm very dead here, if y'all couldn't tell. I am super very much dead. And yeah, Rachel, I think that Birthing Pod can probably come off of the ban list at this point. I don't even think it would be played. I think it would be exactly the same as Splinter Twin. Long gone are the days where Birthing Pod into Siege Rhino was the premier play that you could be making in Modern. Deck like this wouldn't even be playing Siege Rhino. I'm going to take one more draw just as a thing, and then I'm just going to wrap it up. Yeah. So I made a couple of pretty decent misplays in this game. I just am not sure how much they would have mattered. I think it's still the same deck. Just going to run it back. All right, I'm on the play here with a hand that does nothing. Chip this. Oh, this hand also does nothing. Oh, I can't keep it. Well, it's been fun knowing y'all. It's time to go down with the ship. Gonna keep this. Bottom that. Bottom Closagix. And I'm going to play out my stuff now. That was weird. It wasn't letting me cast the Grafdigger's Cage. I don't like that. And there's not really a reason for me to be playing anything else out right now. Oops, didn't mean to click this Firebluff Canal. I kinda wanted to hide that information. All right, well, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So let's just go ahead and make our constructs. But listen, Yuki, I would have a lot of fun playing Deathrite Shaman. I would have a lot of fun not playing Deathrite Shaman, actually. I would have a lot of fun putting Pithing Needle on Deathrite Shaman. That's what I would love. Okay, they got a land for free. Coiling Oracle doing its job. And my construct's doing their job too. Oh, do I play Kappa? I don't think I play Kappa. I don't think I play Kappa right now. I think that I can drop Kappa if I really, really, really want to, but I don't think it's worth it. Instead, I'm just going to grab Shadow Spear. And I'm going to hold everything. Crunch in for 6. See what that does. Got a chump block. That's fine, I guess. Dropping Hedge Maze. They've only got 3 cards in their graveyard right now. They could put that up to 4 if they wanted to. But they kept it on top. What place could they have on 3 mana? They could be holding open... I don't know, like a counterspell, I guess? Just gonna make my land drop. They could have an Icefang Quaddle. It doesn't have Death Touch. I'm not going to swing in with my Memnite. Oh, I should have equipped Shadow Spear. Oh, come on, man. I wasn't gonna be playing this Kappa anyway. Maybe I should just, shame equip Shadow Spear on second main. Don't need to make one mistake into 2 mistakes. I'm still bluffing Metallic Rebuke. Yeah, that's just an Ice Fang. That's fine. But they need to be doing a lot more than that. Grafdigger's Cage actually shuts down this deck pretty hard. Without their Birthing Ritual loops going, and without Abhorrent Oculus, they don't have a whole lot going on. They just kind of got these 1/1s backed by counterspells. But they need a little more than counterspells right now. Okay, so I am going to swing in for double lethal. They need to do something pretty big here. That's Force of Vigor. That's pretty big. Do I play out this Kappa Cannoneer into the world's most obvious counterspell? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. This is very clearly going to get countered here. Oh, it got subtletied. It got subtletied. I'm going to see what's on top of my deck. That is a Springleaf Drum. I don't really want that. It's possible that the subtlety is just trying to delay the inevitable. Oh, but it's hard cast. It's hard cast, huh? Well, I guess I kind of need it at this point, don't I? Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. And now I'm going to draw into Springleaf Drum and Kappa over the next couple of turns. I'm not feeling really good about this game. I know I have a Grafdigger's Cage, and I said that they don't really have much of an engine, but that subtlety kinda did some work. I didn't equip the Shadow Spear when I needed to equip the Shadow Spear, like a couple of turns ago. Like, if they have another counterspell here, I'm pretty much just in the garbage, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna drop the Springleaf Drum. And then I'm going to Kappa. And I'm not going to be surprised in the slightest when this is countered. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's just another subtlety. They're trying to tempo me out. Force me to spend all of my time casting Kappa Cannoneer, which I'm going to do. I will be just casting Kappa Cannoneer over and over until it sticks. Well, that's terrifying. Playing Otawara as a land. I don't know, like, if they have another counterspell here, I'm dead, I think. Let's just keep trying it. Gotta resolve eventually, right? That is false. They could just have 3 subtleties. Okay, that is game. Well played from them, I think. Okay, that was fun. I had a good time with that, I think. The hardcast subtleties, just once they got to 4 mana, that just did the trick. Maybe I could have kept Kappa Cannoneer on the bottom and been drawing into something else. Maybe I could have been, I don't know, digging towards an Urza Saga or something like that. We'll never know what actually happened with it, though. Let's move on to match 5. Sorry for the wait, everybody. I had to restart the client and do a couple of other things. I am on the draw in round 5 versus FedEx. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little bit slow to get going, but I think it's okay. FedEx is mulligan to 6. Looks like they're keeping. And they're on Mountain, Darcy, go. Yes. I think I'm just going to play a Spire Bluff Canal pass. And then next turn, I can weapons into Jar, Ornithopter, Opal, Thoughtcast. And they're just swinging for 1. They're not doing anything else. No Quarry Steelcutter. No Monastery Swift Sphere. They got a Slickshot Show Off in Exile. I guess that's a thing that they can have. Well, I'm keep drawing all these Spire Bluff Canals, so I'm going to keep playing them. Play out our weapons manufacturing here. No Force of Negation. Let's make some munitions. All right, we've made some munitions. I am now going to Thoughtcast, attempt to draw some cards. And we drew more stuff, actually. Got lots of munitions now, not much to do with them. There's the Quarry Steelcutter. And there's the Slickshot Show Off. They are just going to be swinging for a small amount here. They just really thinking about whether they wanted to attack with that or not. They chose not to. I'm just going to take the 2. I don't need to worry about this too much. Okay, that's another weapons manufacturing. I don't really want that. I am going to just hold open, sink into stupor, and pass turn. There's Expressive Iteration. I could bounce the Quarry Steelcutter now. I'm going to see what they surveil. They surveilled away a Slickshot Show Off. Do I want to bounce Quarry Steelcutter? Do I want to bounce something like Slickshot Show Off right now? I think I'm going to bounce the Quarry Steelcutter. I just don't want them getting another token out of it right away. Just trying to slow them down at this point. Exile the Thundering Falls. And I've got all these munitions in play, I just don't have anything to do with them yet. I am going to take the 5. I'm going to fall to 12. I need to top deck something pretty good here. And that's not something pretty good. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and play out another weapons manufacturing. And cast Ornithopter. Okay, Claws of Gix would be nice. The Kappa Cannoneer would be nice. Anything would be nice. I think I'm just dead, though. I think it just doesn't matter. Yep, there's the Quarry Steelcutter. There's Swift Spear. And they're just gonna start doing stuff. Oh boy, so this is 3, 6, 8, 9, 11 right now. I can bomb their graveyard, make Darcy smaller, and I think I just need to start absorbing damage. Jeez, that is a lot of triggers. Yeah, I'm not winning this anymore. Okay, well played, opponent. Very well played. I kept a hand with weapons manufacturing and died. Okay, so how do I want to sideboard? I think against them... Gravedigger's Cage isn't particularly good. Like, yes, it shuts off Lava Dart's flashback. That's just... that's not great. I think if I'm bringing in anything, it's Emmy's. I'm not convinced I do, though. Like, I could side out Thoughtcast for Emmy's. I just don't think that's very good. I think I'm just going to run it back like this. Like, I could be doing a bunch of sideboarding, but I just don't want to slow down my deck. I want to be able to nut draw. If I can get something like a Kappa Cannoneer or an Urza Saga token down, maybe an Arcbound Ravager that's sufficiently large, plus a Shadow Spear, then that's going to be what stabilizes this game. And I don't think that Emery works towards that. I don't think that Metallic Rebuke works towards that. You know what I would love in my sideboard? I'd love some Whip Flares. Whip Flares might help. Metallic Rebuke deals with one creature. Whip Flare deals with multiples. Had some pretty low agency games today. I think that's just kind of how Affinity goes. You just draw what you draw and play what you have. This hand doesn't have any colored mana in it. I can't keep it. This hand does. It has Emissary and a bunch of zeros. I think I need to keep the Shadow Spear. Now, I could delay this whole thing by a turn and get an additional Duder in next turn. I think that's actually fine. I'm going to play Spire Bluff Canal and pass. Hero kept 7 cards. They're playing something here. Darcy. All right. I'm not taking 1 from this attack, at least. That is an EE, huh? EE on 1 is really good. Maybe I do that instead of playing out Shadow Spear right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. EE on 1. Let's go. Okay, got 5 power in play. None of it will be affected by this EE. This slows down Darcy's and Swiss Spears, but not like Quarry Steelcutters and Slickshot Show-Offs. Oh, they just have straight up Ancient Grudge, huh? Yeah. You got it. Ancient Grudge. That is a card I have not seen in a long time. Glad it's making a comeback now. They even have the green mana necessary to flash it back if they want. Do I warp in Emissary and play Shadow Spear this turn? Let's swing out and see what happens. No blocks. If they're spending their time killing my Shadow Spear, then that means that they're not answering the stuff on board. I think that's okay. Okay, your go. You can flashback Ancient Grudge and start chewing through my stuff a little bit. Post-combat Monastery Swift Spear. They didn't want to attack with their Dragon's Rage Channeler. Binning the EI. Cycling Bauble immediately. Playing a land and leaving open Ancient Grudge flashback. Well, that's a Springleaf Drum. What does that let me do? Not much, honestly. I can chew through these if I want to. It would be difficult for me to do. I don't know. It seems like they've set up a pretty effective lock system here. I can put Shadow Spear on a Memnite. That doesn't seem particularly good. I could put it on a drone, which means they'd have to block that drone with Darcy. They could block the drone with Darcy. They could chump one of the Memnites, so I don't think I'm attacking with those. I think I'm going to just Shadow Spear. No, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not attacking with my Memnites anyway. So I'm going to play my Springleaf Drum. Because if I attack in with one of these Memnites, even if I put a Shadow Spear on it, they can block with Swift Spear, and then they can flashback Ancient Grudge to give the Swift Spear +1/+1. That's not going to be very good for me. That'll allow them to just freely eat one of my Memnites. They're going to be able to eat one of my drones anyway, but at least I have more of those, you know? Let's go ahead and equip here. All right, let's see what happens. All right, they're blocking one. They are fetching with Arid Mesa here. Just for a Thundering Falls. Oh, and they binned a Lava Dart off of that. So yeah, if they had flashbacked Ancient Grudge, then that would have been their only instant, but now it's not their only instant. That was a really good hit. And they are targeting the drone with Shadow Spear on it. They're not targeting the Shadow Spear itself. Okay, they fell to 9. Are they just gonna one-shot me now? They could do that. They have enough resources to do it, I think. They could just like Slick Shot Show Off or Quarry Steel Cutter, I guess. And I've got no responses, so I'm not gonna do anything. I don't think that I block this. Yeah, they have a Lava Dart in Graveyard, so they could just remove the Mem Knight and not give me the option anyway. I think I just kind of want to push as much damage as I can. Yeah, they're giving me the option to block. I'm not going to take it. Okay, and that was that. I'm at 9. Thoughtcast is pretty damn good in this spot, right? Although I could play Pinnacle Emissary, swing with my flyers, hold open a decent blocker. I think I don't want to swing with my flyers, though. I think I would want to play Pinnacle Emissary, tapping one of the flyers, swing in with one Midnight, and then hold back for blocks next turn. I could also Thoughtcast and hope to hit something good. I'm going to Thoughtcast. I'm going to be a little bit greedy. Just a little bit. I hit double Ornithopter. Okay. I hit double Ornithopter. They can Lava Dart whatever I equip the Shadow Spear to, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Now what? Swing out. Don't do anything. Play double Ornithopter as blockers. That Lava Dart makes things a little more tricky. Although I do think I need to do this now. Force them to use that Lava Dart on defense instead of on offense. Oh, they just let it go. Okay. Swing for 4. If everything goes well, I'll gain a little bit of life off of this drone swinging in. They just let it go. Yeah, I'll just play double Ornithopter and pass turn. All right, that was cool. Like that. They're doing something on the upkeep. Just lightning bolting an Ornithopter here. They're really trying to get a bunch of damage pushed through. Well, I got no responses. They're just gonna have to figure it out. They like the card. That means I'm dead. Oh, they're just cycling Fiery Islet. Into a Darcy. Making another Monk here. Into a Preordain. Into Flashback that Lava Dart. Yeah, I'm definitely dead. This is just an insane amount of damage. Into a Mishra's Bauble. Wow. Yeah, you got it. So I had one part of the 2-part Wombo combo here. I had the Shadow Spear. but I just didn't have a large enough creature to put it on. And math is for blockers. 4, 8, 12, 15. I block one of it. And I die. Okay. Yeah, well played from FedEx here. And I have lost the game. So, yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up the league. I will be back in just a second.
Bringing it back to the now.
Here, give me a second. So thank you to my wife Rose for sponsoring today's league. I do enjoy playing Affinity in Modern, and frankly, this is the worst result I've had with Affinity ever, actually. Usually I will at least 3-2 and get my money back, but 1-4 today was just absolutely atrocious, a total spanking. I think that my big problem with Affinity is that while it is a fun deck to play when you are, I don't know, just like vegging out, just hanging out with somebody, or not really trying to think hard or trying to do two things at once, there's just not a lot of agency to the games in it, which is also what makes it not very fun to watch, and I fully admit that. You just kind of get the hand that you get, and you play it out to the best of your ability using your sequencing, and if you screw up your sequencing or your hand isn't strong enough, then you lose. And if you're able to get Kappa Cannoneer down, then you win. So even though it is, you know, enjoyable to play, sometimes I'm probably not going to be playing much more of this on the channel. I said that before, but I am serious about it this time. I'm probably not going to be playing Affinity on the channel. Just, you know, it's doesn't make for a good watching experience. It is not particularly fun to play when I'm trying to like try hard, when I'm trying to win. If I'm trying to just turn my brain off and jam some zeros, then yeah, Affinity's great for that. But times like this where I'm on stream, I think I'd rather just be playing Lantern. And I think I will be doing that tomorrow, actually. So tomorrow I have a pretty interesting Lantern build coming out. I will be playing Lantern Control in Legacy. I am going to take a black-green Lantern Control list for Modern and add Bayous to it and throw it through a Legacy League and go 0-5 and just see how I do with that. I'm gonna enjoy that a lot, I think. But thank you for everybody for sticking around. I appreciate it, especially Yuki, Rachel. Y'all are here a lot. I hope that you enjoy staying here, even if I'm just losing with a boring deck. It's just fine. I promise I'll have some better stuff for y'all tomorrow. But yeah, I will see y'all later. Take care.